Ladies and gentlemen, today is the most important day that we have ever had for XRP. Because think about it. Right now, the price is hovering between $1.80, maybe $2, just somewhere in that ballpark, right? The vicinity of that. First of all, that is absolutely crazy for me to say out loud. XRP is trading at about $2 because it feels surreal. It really does. And I'm not sure if it's going to get any easier, knowing that we're either in for a massive super cycle or a good correction. And why I'm saying that is not because I want to scare you. Ultimately, guys, you know I put my money where my mouth is. I've never shown you my XRP stash, but at least you can see that right now, for a while, I've had here $31,000 that could just cash out on $1,500. It's, in my opinion, not a lot of money, but the fact that we put $1,500 in, and it's now 2,000% up. Right, at 31,000. I should be satisfied in cashing it out just so I can buy maybe another watch or something like that, right? But no, I'm holding it open. The trade here, we're still holding open. Why? Because what is happening in the next, I'm gonna say 8 hours, maybe by the time I upload this 6 hours, this is gonna be a make or break type of moment depending on what happens to the price like right now, right now. And I've waited to make this video. I had a similar video yesterday, mostly because right now we are really close to it. So I've described it partially, right? I said, guys, watch what's gonna happen tomorrow. It's here. Today is tomorrow. Two things are critical for the XRP price. But before I describe it, make sure you press the like button on this video. I wanna get those likes to a new all-time high, just like XRP is going right now. I wanna just break a like record, you know? This is literally, it's strange to say, but these are some of the best days of my life profit-wise. XRP has become my biggest bag. My portfolio has never been as high. I hope you guys are also just feeling good, but make sure you press that like button. And I don't know, man. It feels weird for me to talk about XRP at $2 a coin when we were able to buy it for so low for so long, but I will still do it. And the trades, by the way, they're over on Blowfin. If you also want to trade, I've left a link down below so you can go ahead and check it out. And I'll announce it in a little bit over on my Twitter, but in a few days, I'll give 5 people $1,000 in total. So just 5 people who are trading right now on Blowfin in our team. Because again, I told you guys, I need to get this team up there, right? So all of you, if you trade, make sure you join our team. Link is down below to Blowfin. You can also start trading. 5 people that are in our team, I'll give $200, so $1,000 in total. I might do it Monday. I might do it a few days afterwards, depending on how many people join. Because we're 30th place. I want to end up at least 25th. So we need more people in our team to start trading. And like I said, make sure you press the like button on this video and you can find the link to Blowfin right there in the description. So let's talk. First of all, taking a look at the monthly perspective, one thing becomes quite apparent. First of all, the highest point that was hit in 2021 is what? Well, always look at wait, I'll show you better. Always look at this right here. Here it says the highest point, right? So the highest point that was hit throughout that month was $1.97, basically. 196,695. Right? Crucial. Watch for it. We put a line in, right? Let's basically put here in a different color. We put in the blue, that line right there. Let's make it a bit thicker so you guys can properly see it. We put in blue right there, the line. The second interesting point to watch out for is what we see back here, which is the highest monthly close ever for XRP, which was basically at, and then we have to look at close, this one right here, practically $1.99, right? So we are trying to put it perfectly in, but to be slightly higher. There we go, about $1.99 per XRP. I can put it perfectly if y'all want, why not? Let's just put it right there at $1.99 per XRP. So those are the two most interesting levels to watch. If we get rid of the weekly here, if we do want to look at the weekly also, then obviously this $1.56 becomes interesting because that is the highest ever weekly close for the last few years. If we want to insert that also, let's just quickly do that right there at about 156. But again, the probability of ending this week, which by the way ends Monday, but also the month above 156 is really high. Then again, they're not completely overlapping, right? As tonight is the monthly close. Tomorrow is the weekly close. So this week is going to only end after another day. The month is going to close tonight, though, in just a few hours. Regardless, though, so over on a monthly perspective, this is all not that relevant. On a weekly perspective, though, this becomes really, really relevant. The highest weekly close is going to be hit the moment that we breach 156 or stay above, which right now we are above. Then again, there are some higher closes. One of them is at 257. About something like that, 270 maybe, something along those lines, which we're obviously not going to get to today. And the highest point that I put in is about $3.30 or so. So anyway, those are our lines of interest. But back to the monthly perspective, because that's what's going to end basically tonight in just a few hours. If the price right now stays above the $1.59 level, we are above the highest, okay, again, one for tomorrow, one for today. Monthly wise, we are making now the highest monthly close since January of 2018. Right? If we close above 159, which we most likely won't, that's tonight. On a weekly perspective, depending on where we end up tomorrow, if we end up above 155, something like that, tomorrow night, we have the highest close since, again, basically, let's just call it January something of 2018. So once more, 7 years. Daily, I don't think is important for such massive moves. The next big barrier, though, again, from two perspectives. One is over on the 2021 run. The highest point there was about $1.97, like I just said. We reached about $1.95, actually perfectly $1.95 earlier today. That's a level to watch, right? About $1.97. Then here, the highest monthly close was about, like I said, $1.99. So basically, let's just call it the $2 barrier. We went to $1.95 right now. Is a very, very important threshold to get over. And I made a warning in our stream earlier saying, man, there might be some turbulence at that level. If you want a place to cash out something, that would be one of the best places to just cash out something, to try buy back cheaper, which right now, if you sold at $1.95, you could have bought back at, let's just quickly take a little bit of a look at Blowfin here. You could have bought back at like $1.81 or 82. So that could have actually been a really profitable trade if you just decided to quickly sell, buy back for like 5% cheaper or so. Right now, you'd be up a little bit again, which is why I said it's not bad to cash out when you get to levels this high, because at some point you got to have a pullback. Now, we discussed before that every single time, though, that we have such a crazy monthly chart, you have the next month being extremely red. I will warn you guys that it might happen again. The only counter is, like I described in the previous video, that on the Bitcoin chart, and based on Bitcoin's history, you know, XRP being half of Bitcoin's market cap before, we really haven't done much. But I'd say tomorrow is the first time we're going to have a completely crazy green candle. This could also be the first time that we have two ridiculous green candles in a row, because once more, versus Bitcoin, really, we haven't had a green candle that's crazy at all. We just had a kind of a normal candle, right? But perhaps this is going to be another first for XRP, where 2 months in a row is just crazy, crazy green. Look at it, right? It's literally never happened that you have two crazy green candles in a row. You only had one mini one and then a huge one. But this one is not mini enough to be considered as that one. The only one you can kind of describe it as is the ones we saw early in 2017. But even there afterwards, it went down roughly 70%. So I'm just quickly saying, if you're looking for levels to watch, the major support lies all the way back at like the $1.58, let's just say $1.60-ish area. Right now, it's all free reign as the closes are mostly above us or around us right now, right? 158, 150, blah, blah, blah. And then 196 to $1.99, with $2 being a major psychological barrier. That's our little leeway right here. That's our area of play before we break out towards either side and are either going to go for a big correction here the next month, like we did all these months, or a first timer, a crazy break. It could be like back in 2017, 2018, where just, you know, you have another crazy green candle at first going up 70%, but then at the end of the month start falling back down very, very significantly, as it fell 74% within that month. Or again, it could make a break from the structure, start gaining crazy on Bitcoin, and really just make all our wildest dreams come true. I mean, previous video, I talked about some of the possible price scenarios for XRP that I think are interesting to look at. You know, even a 10x from here is not that crazy anymore for an entire bull run, but it's going to mostly then depend on the XRP performance versus Bitcoin. As on the XRP versus the US dollar, we have already witnessed something quite crazy, and if we go crazier from here, it's unprecedented, whereas versus Bitcoin, we really haven't gone crazy at all just quite yet. Right now, as I've said, if you are witnessing life-changing gains, it is not a stupid idea to cash some out just to secure it. Then again, we have our positions open right now, and even I would buy more not financial advice at all, just because I'm thinking this is going to be a change of structure. This is where we just go absolutely crazy. This is the breakout that we've been waiting for years. And once this sets through, our target should be way higher. But it all just depends on perspective, right? From a monthly perspective, this candle is just insane. And every single month in the past, it's gone down afterwards. From a weekly perspective, kind of similar. If we take a look at the weekly performance here, let's quickly go. Kind of similar, where you've had a couple of weeks of craziness in a row, but we've basically only seen a breakout of sorts, that we're witnessing right now back in 2017. And that was how many weeks in a row? Let's just quickly check. That was about, let's just call it 4 or so weeks in a row. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've already been, wait a minute. No, it's actually 3 because we don't include the breakout candle here. It's been about 3 weeks of crazy green. So perhaps we just have one more crazy week left. Then again, just following these candles, right, it would not be too crazy to end the next week at maybe even like $2.70 or so if this pace keeps up. Again, I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm just saying, if we look at this, if it just continues on with a crazy candle, even like $2.50, $2.40 is not that weird for XP to get to. And I think our targets need to be increased. Just because we're scared of what happened in the past doesn't mean XRP will repeat itself right here, because I think this time around there could be some really good potential for price exploration if Bitcoin does not go for a crazy correction. Once more, guys, if Bitcoin starts to fall like crazy here, I am a bit afraid of XRP. I'm going to always be honest with you and tell you straight up. But even now that Bitcoin is neutral, a lot of coins like Core, which is one of my biggest holdings, a lot of them are just popping off still. And it makes me just think of what if Bitcoin doesn't go for a massive crash here? How crazy can things get over the next 3 or so weeks? Let's just leave the last week out because that is obviously also the yearly candle. If we look at it from a yearly perspective, then things get kind of odd, mostly from the perspective that we've only had one proper bull market for XRP, and this bull market, let's say the 2021 bull market was skipped. So that's why the curve is not like with Bitcoin where, if I draw it for you real quick. With Bitcoin, it basically looks like this, right? Well, I'm not sure why it's so strange. I think it's a magnet that's turned on. I want to say it just keeps going higher and higher. With XRP, it kind of looks like a big top, a smaller top, and then a higher top, which obviously looks a bit more ugly, but it's kind of what we're basing it, or what's going to happen most likely from here on forward. Then again, even just from the yearly perspective, just take a crazy look at how this performed, because XRP peaked at the start of the 2018 year. It's also quite peculiar to see how the price acted that year because that's where it hit the high and then started falling back down, but it actually went up already the year before that. And here, it's kind of funny to think that perhaps even the highest point for XRP could be hit November or maybe even January of 2026. So November 2025, January 2026. It could be that we're still many, many months away from this very high point because generally speaking, we believe that Bitcoin will top out somewhere in that region, right? Between about July to November of 2025. But altcoins usually go and top slightly later than that. If we were to repeat what we saw back here, halving in July, let's just say, of 2016, and then the all-time high for Bitcoin in about, let's just say, December of 2017, and then about a month after XRP hitting the all-time high, let's just say that's about 550 days after the halving. If we were to count 550 days after the halving, something like that, for a coin like XRP here, that would place us in November of 2025 as the top. So people are thinking the top is going to be in now. No, we can have some pretty big corrections still before we get towards that top, which could again be basically another year away. But that just makes me so much more excited thinking that right now, whatever we're facing is like a small bump because the crazy gains are still yet to come, are still on the horizon. Which is why I keep telling you, like from a Bitcoin perspective, we really haven't done much yet, but right now we've got ourselves the monthly close and the weekly close both happening like right around the corner right now. So I'm just going to prepare you guys that things might get really, really interesting here. A lot of volatility could be coming up tonight over the next few hours. Also because tomorrow is Sunday. Obviously the weekly close. Tonight is the monthly close for November, which is, by the way, maybe going to be the most bullish close ever, depending on, like I just said, let me quickly go back. And this is again tonight, right? Depending on whether or not we close above about $1.99. If we close above that, this will be the highest monthly close ever for XRP. As long as we close above 158, it's the highest month in at least 7 years, or about 7 years. Weekly wise, kind of similar, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. This, ladies and gentlemen, is something we've been waiting for such a long time. If, ladies and gentlemen, you also want to trade, I've got a link down below to Blowfin, which right now has no KYC. You can use from anywhere in the world. If it's not working, just use a VPN. I've got a link for that down below too. Right now, the more you trade, the more you get. You know, some of my traders already right now are getting themselves a free chair. You know, that's pretty cool. or maybe just $650. I'm not sure if you get an actual chair. But if you trade a lot, you might actually get yourself a free Tesla. Some person was commenting, oh, if you trade that much, you don't want a Tesla. I don't know. I think everybody who trades just wants free stuff. I mean, just getting $20,000 for free is pretty cool in my opinion, because it's free. You don't have to do anything for it. Just trade. But you're doing the trading already anyway. So it's basically like a little extra cash back in my opinion. For even if you're worse of a trader and you're exactly break even, at least you get yourself a free 20 grand. And also, we are gonna give $1,000 away to some of our traders in the team in a few days. So just take part. I think all you need to do is deposit $10. I can even make it so nobody has to deposit anything, but then I think there might be a little discrepancy between people who actually are in our team and trading and just people who want a freebie. I think we should only make it for people that are actually contributing something to the team. So maybe we should only do it for people that at least made one trade. And I will share all the IDs with you afterwards for who won. Just join our team. Link is down below if you're a trader, that is. If you're bad, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, things are doing good. XRP trade is almost at a 10x. Right here, our trades are doing amazing still as well. I'm always just thinking of buying the freaking dip. And even right now, I'm thinking of should I just ape in more because Bitcoin could set another run for about 98. Because man, Bitcoin is looking poised right now. Bitcoin is looking so solid. Our target has been hit though for Bitcoin, which is making me more skeptical. Then again, our slightly longer term target is still in play. And of course, our long-term target is as well. If you enjoyed the video though, guys, make sure you go ahead and press the like button on it, because why not? You've got nothing to lose. Make sure you put that notification bell on so you're always notified whenever a new video drops. And let me know down below if you're excited about the future of our coins.